What's up everybody, Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, back with another daily deck tech video. And as promised in yesterday's Mothman video, I'm starting up with some of the mechanically unique commanders that came out with the Fallout Secret Lair. And we're going to start out with, the Ghoul, played by Walton Goggins in the show. Everybody loves him. He's not a good person. He certainly is not. But we've got ourselves the Ghoul Gunslinger, so let's head right into it. Of course, this is updated to cheapest versions of each card. This comes in at about $366.41, so I would say like medium budget. Of course, you can always make different choices depending on what you want to do. But who is the Ghoul Gunslinger? Well, he's a 2/3 for 1 generic and double black, and first strike, and whenever the Ghoul or another non-token zombie or mutant you control dies, target player gets 2 rad counters, and if that player is you, create a treasure token. And then Feo Fuerte y Formal, which is the little phrase that Walton Goggins' character says when he is an actor, Cooper Howard. It's gonna be a straightforward like zombies deck, a few mutants mixed in from the Fallout decks, and despite the fact that it mostly triggers, or it only triggers off of non-token zombies and mutants, it would not be a zombie deck without generating some tokens. So, I believe in having redundancy, so we're gonna have a backup package. So, who do we got here for our creatures? Well, we've got the Accursed Marauder and Fleshbag Marauder. They're here to drop into play, sacrifice themselves, or a token if you want, and, get opponents to sacrifice their creatures as well. This, of course, will trigger your Ghoul, so you can either radiate somebody and mill them, or get yourself a treasure token. We have Ayara, First of Locthwain. She is a 2/3 for triple black, and whenever her or another black creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. And you can also sack another black creature to draw a card. We have Blood Artist, so whenever this creature or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. We got Carrion Feeder. He's a zombie. He's a classic. He used to see competitive play. You can sacrifice another creature to put a 1/1 counter on it. Cemetery Reaper is a zombie lord, gives your other zombies +1/+1, and you can tap 3, exile a creature card from your graveyard to create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. We have Centurion of the Marked, also known as Lord of the Undead. It is a 2/2 for 3 that gives all other zombies +1/+1, and you can return target zombie card from your graveyard to your hand. So we've got a little bit of Reanimator in here since we want to be sacrificing some stuff. We have Champion of the Perished, which is a 1/1 for 1, and whenever another zombie you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. We have Death Baron, which is a zombie lord, one of the most famous zombie lords here. Skeletons you control and other zombies you control get +1/+1 and have death touch. My apologies if you can hear banging upstairs. My daughter is running rampant upstairs, giving my wife a hard time. We have Feral Ghoul, which is a 2/2 for 3 with Menace, and whenever another creature you control dies, it gets +1/+1 counter, and when it dies, each opponent gets a number of rad counters equal to its power. We have Gisa, the Hellraiser, so she has Ward 2 and Pay 2 life, and skeletons and zombies you control get +1/+1, and have Menace. Whenever you commit a crime, create 2 tapped 2/2 blue and black zombie rogue creature tokens. This ability triggers only once each turn, targeting opponents, anything they control, and or cards in graveyards is a crime. Gravecrawler, so it can't block, and you can cast it from your graveyard as long as you control a zombie, so it comes back. It gets knocked down, but it gets up again, because you ain't never going to keep it down. Feel free to unsubscribe for my terrible, terrible joke. We have 6/6 for 6 Grave Titan, a classic of Commander, although it's relegated pretty much to precon status now, not seeing too much play a lot of times. It is still a Death Toucher that whenever this creature enters or attacks, you create 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. We got Gary in here because Gary does Gary things and gains you a bunch of life. Whenever he enters the battlefield, each opponent loses X life, where X is your devotion to black, and you gain life equal to the life lost this way. We have Hancock Ghoulish Mare, which is each other creature you control that is a zombie or mutant gets +X, where X is the number of counters on Hancock Ghoulish Mare. And he has Undying. Now, we don't have a lot of ways to give him 1/1 counters beyond Undying, but still a +1/+1 is a perfectly acceptable thing. We have Headless Rider, which is whenever Headless Rider or another token zombie you control, or non-token zombie you control dies, you get to make a 2/2 black zombie creature token. So as you're sacking your non-token ones to generate treasures or to radiate your opponents, you are also growing your zombie horde. We have Infesting Radroach. It can't block, it flies, and when it deals combat damage to a player, they get that many rad counters. And whenever an opponent mills a non-land card, if Infesting Radroach is in your graveyard, you can return it to your hand. We have Lord of the Accursed. Other zombies get +1/+1, and you can tap to make all zombies gain Menace until end of turn. We have Lost Monarch of Ifnir. It has Afflict 3, so if it becomes blocked, the opponent loses 3 life. And other zombies you control have Afflict 3, so it's a good way of just like punishing your, like, they're either going to take the 2 or they're going to take 3, so you know what I mean. And if you have lords out there, they got to really choose how much life they're going to lose. At the beginning of your second main phase, if a player was dealt combat damage by a zombie this turn, mill 3 cards, then you may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. We got Midnight Reaper in here. Riding on is like Chupacabra in this art. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, this creature deals 1 damage to you and you get to draw a card, so card advantage. Mikaeus the Unhallowed, one of the most expensive cards in this deck. Intimidate, and whenever a human deals damage to you, destroy it. That's pretty niche, but actually getting to be a lot less niche nowadays when we're getting so many Universes Beyond sets, because most Universes Beyond properties have tons of humans, right? Avatar, all humans. Final Fantasy, a ton of humans. There will be a ton of humans in Star Trek. You know, there's going to be a bunch of humans in Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, etc. Oh my goodness. Sian is just having a day upstairs. Pitiless Plunderer. Whenever another creature you control dies, create a treasure token. Rot Hulk Menace, and whenever this creature enters, return up to X target zombie creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the number of opponents you have. He is very expensive, but at the same time helps you reanimate some things. Oh my goodness. I think they're watching a movie upstairs and she's dancing. Screeching Scorched Beast is a 5/5 for 6, flying and menace, and whenever Screeching Scorched Beast attacks, each player gets 2 rad counters. And whenever 1 or more non-land cards are milled, you may create that many 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. Do this only once each turn. Oh my. I really do apologize. But, you know, toddlers are toddlers. I'm not going to inhibit her dancing and creativity here. And Undead Augur, she's a 2/2 for 2, and whenever this creature or another zombie you control dies, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. We have Undead Warchief. Your zombies cost less, and your zombies get +2/+1. And he's grotesque. He's got a face coming out of his arms, friends. We got Unstoppable Slasher. He's a little Sawblade dude who's gonna do Sawblade things to you. He has Death Touch, and whenever he deals combat damage to a player, they lose half their life rounded up. And whenever it dies, if it had no counters on it, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control with 2 stun counters on him. Warren Soul Trader, also one of the more expensive cards in this deck. You can pay 1 life, sack a creature, make a treasure token. Zombie Master, I really like this art and how he's walking on the hands coming up. It's just so cool. Other zombies have Swamp Walk, and other zombies have Tap a Black to regenerate this permanent. So if there are some zombies, such as like the Ghoul, that you don't want to have die to like Wrath, well, not Wrath effects, but like non-Wrath effects, right, where you can regenerate, this is your guide to do it. Then we have Zul Ashur, Lich Lord, Ward pay 2 life, and you may cast a zombie card, creature card from your graveyard this turn. Yeah. Sorceries, we're only running 8. I put a bunch of instants and creatures into this deck, so a little bit light on our sorceries. We have Bloodline Bidding, which is choose a creature type, return all creatures of the chosen type from your graveyard to the battlefield. It has Convoke, so use your zombie tokens to bring back your non-tokens. Dread Return brings back a creature, and you can sack 3 creatures to flash it back. We have Living Death, so it takes all the alive creatures in play, sends them to the graveyard, and all the ones that were in the graveyard to play. Nuclear Fallout gives everybody twice, every creature twice -X until end of turn, and each player gets X rad counters. I love this card a lot. Reanimate brings something back. Rise of the Dark Realms brings stuff back. The Toxic Deluge kills everything. And Zombie Apocalypse is return all zombie creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield, tapped, and then destroy all humans. Again, getting stronger and more relevant with the more and more Universes Beyond sets we are getting. Corrupted Conviction is in here. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards. Culling the Weak, you sack a creature to add 4. Deadly Dispute, you sack a creature to draw 2, create a treasure token. Defile, target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn for each swamp you control. Feign Death, so when a creature dies, it comes back with a 1/1 counter on it. This is a good way to sacrifice one of your ETB zombies and get, you know, the treasure off of the Ghoul, or radiate somebody with the Ghoul and still get your thing back. We got Flare of Malice. For removal, go for the Throat. Infernal Grasp, the Saw in Half, all removal. This can also clone your own stuff. Not Dead After All is the same as Feign Death, so if it dies, it comes back with a Wicked Roll counter on it, or token on it. We have Song of the Dam. Add a black mana to your mana pool for each creature in your graveyard. We got Vats, which kills a bunch of things, especially useful for destroying tokens. Village Rites is in here, so that way you can sack a creature and draw some cards. And we have Withering Torment. Artifacts, we have the most expensive card by far in this deck. We have the Soul Stone. It is $75. This card is probably not going to come down in price until it sees some significant reprinting. Spider-Man was not opened widely. It seemed to be an incredibly rare mythic inside of the Spider-Man set, despite it being a very small set. I only opened one of this card, and with it not being popular and the stuff starting to get gobbled up, there's just not a lot of them available. We have Lightning Greaves, Swiftfoot Boots, and the Darkness Crystal in here. For enchantments, Bastion of Remembrance. So whenever a creature you control dies, an opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life, and it has the sad art for the cheap version here. Man, that episode of Avatar really gets you. Black Market. Whenever a creature dies, you put a charge counter on it, and you get to add a black mana for each charge counter on it. Endless Ranks of the Dead. At the beginning of your upkeep, create X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens, where X is half the number of zombies you control. Round it down. Grave Pact. So if something of yours dies, each opponent sacks a creature. And we have Grave Venerations from Lorwyn Eclipse, which is when this enchantment enters, you become the Monarch. Beginning of your end step, if you're the Monarch, return 1 creature card from your graveyard to your hand. And whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1, you gain 1. Lands, pretty straightforward. We got Bojuka Bog for graveyard hate for opponents. We got ourselves Rogue's Passage and Secret Tunnel to make your stuff unblockable. We have Susur, Secundi Void Altar to sack some creatures and draw some cards. We have Unholy Grotto to bring back zombies. And we have Urza's Cave to help us search for some of these utility lands. And then a bunch of swamps. Let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. I think they played it safe with this commander. I don't think he's busted. If you find a way to bust him, please let me know in the comments down below. But I think he's fun. I'm really enjoying Season 2 of the Fallout show. I have loved Fallout for many years. I started playing with Fallout 3 and loved it. Fallout New Vegas, amazing. I loved Fallout 4. Controversial opinion. I loved the settlement system in Fallout 4. I like the Sims aspect where I could build up my settlements. But, as always, I'm Weston with the Hidden Gibbon. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.